how to replace brake pads on a top load caliper like this GR Corollas. To get started, you're gonna want to brake torque on your wheels. Once the torque is broken on all of your wheels, it's time to jack up the car. Now I'm gonna lift my car up completely and set it onto 4 jack stands, but you could do it whichever way you want. You could even just use the jack, do each wheel at a time. It's a little bit more time consuming to do it one at a time, especially considering that you're probably gonna have to do a brake fluid flush right after you're done replacing your brake pads. So I highly recommend just raising up the vehicle entirely, getting it onto 4 jack stands, having all of your wheels off so you can get everything done in one go, get your brake fluid flush done, put everything back on, and then get on your way. Once you got the car on jack stands, it's time to remove the wheels so that we can get access to the calipers and replace your brake pads. Once your wheels are off and you have full access to the calipers, I highly recommend turning your wheel to the outside of where you're working. That way you'll have easier access to the caliper and to get your brake pads out. To replace the brake pads on this type of caliper, you first have to remove this clip over here. Sometimes these calipers won't necessarily have a clip, but actually a bolt that slips through that you'll have to remove, so just be mindful of that. But here we just have a clip, so we're gonna remove that now. And an easy way to remove this clip is by getting a flat tip screwdriver, pushing on this right here where the hole's at, and then pulling it away. And once the clip is out of the center hole, you're gonna wanna remove it from each of these clips down here and up here. Once the clip or the centerpiece is out of the way, you need to remove these 2 pins. So go ahead, either push them out, and if they don't move by hand, then go ahead, take a rubber mallet or something else to knock them with and just tap them out. Go ahead and remove the top one. The bottom one can be a little bit tricky, but there's an easy solution to this. Now you see this clip right here that holds everything in place? Lift up on that, pull it away, take it off, removes the tension, and you can just remove the bolt like that. Now you're gonna wanna remember the position that this clip was on because it needs to go on the exact same way you took it off. Now for us, the arrow was pointing down here, so we're just gonna remember to put this on the bottom one first and clip it on this way. Before removing the old pads from this type of caliper, you wanna press in the pistons, and it's gonna be very simple with these. Just take your calipers, move them back and forth until they're essentially flat against the calipers themselves, or as far as they'll go. That way, you can properly insert the new ones. Now that we pushed in the pistons a little bit, it's time to remove the old pads. Removing these pads is as simple as just pulling them out, just like so. Now as you can see with my old brake pads, they do have a shim on them, and my new ones do not. So what we're gonna do is take this shim off of the old one and slap it onto the new one. And it's gonna be as easy as just popping it off. Now with the new one, it should just go right on. Once you have the shims on the new pads, it's a good idea just to spray down the entire thing, wipe it off, clean up any residual stuff that was on it. Then go ahead and take some brake grease, and you're gonna wanna spread it on where the pads are gonna make contact. Then go ahead and slide them back into the caliper. Should go in just like that. Do the same thing with the other one. Put that one back in as well. Once your pads are back in place, go ahead and take your pins, put the bottom one in first, then put the top one in, then take your clip and make sure that it's the proper orientation, put it into the bottom, let it hang there for a minute because we want to align these bolts, the bottom one and the top one, to be able to accept the back clip. But if you have a bolt, you might not have to worry about that. Put them into the little holes there, make sure they're aligned properly. These are. So now we're gonna go ahead, clasp this clip together, pushing up and towards like this. Snap it on, and then put this clip in. Make sure everything's tightened down, and you're good to go. Now go ahead, replace the rest of your brake pads in your car, and once you're done, you got everything patched back up, be sure to do the proper bed-in procedure. Now, some brands have different ways of doing bed-in procedures, and it wouldn't hurt to just look in the packaging that you got with your brake pads, or even just look online for your particular brand about how to properly bed in your brakes. Your brakes are gonna last a whole lot longer if you do a proper bed-in, but if you don't wanna take the time to do an actual bed-in, it's fine. They will still work, but the longevity might not be there. And one other thing you might wanna think about doing is a brake fluid flush. Now, I have a new video coming out right after this, and it'll probably be posted at the end of this video as well about how to properly flush your brake fluid. So if you wanna watch that video, then be sure to leave a like on this one, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, ring the bell so you guys will be notified of more content like this coming here soon, as well as my racing, fast track, SCCA news, and more things coming to this channel very, very soon. So be sure to check out the fluid flush video if you wanna flush your brake fluid as well. And till next time, guys, keep going fast.